Shiva Puranam, Rudra Samhita, Parvati Khanda, Chapter 15. Taraka and his penance. Brahma said, thereafter in ancient times, Varangi became pregnant. With its luster, the pregnancy developed in her womb for many years. Then, after completion of the period, after completion of the period, a son having a huge body, possessing enormous strength, illumining the directions, was born to her. With the birth of the son to Varangi, who was inimical to the gods, several evil omens and disturbances started appearing on earth. O Narada, the phenomena of the three types indicative of the great calamity terrifying the earth occurred in the sky, earth, and the nether world. I shall explain them all. With the thundering sound, thunderbolts fell on earth with comets shooting meteors rose up causing miseries to the world. The earth started shaking with mountains and the directions started burning. All the oceans and the rivers were agitated. The thundering and terrific sounds were heard. The wind with biting touch started blowing. The dust storms started blowing with forceful winds causing the uprooting of the trees. O great Brahmana, Rahu and Ketu started attacking the sun and the moon again and again. O Narada, horrible symptoms indicative of danger and vanishing of pleasures appeared. At the point of time, the terrible sound resembling the rumbling sound of the chariot was heard from creeks and the caves in the mountains. The jackals and the owls started howling, vomiting fire from their mouths. Then, then the she jackals were howling in the villages in an inauspicious manner, which was indicative of misfortune. The dogs, lifting up their mouths, were barking here and there in diverse manner, producing lamenting sound. The sun, besides the planets like Mars as well as the Saturn, became furious. The herds of mad asses, scratching the earth with their hoofs, ran here and there, braying loudly. Terrified from the braying asses, the birds flew from their nests in panic. In their excitement, they fluttered, honked, and cranked. They could not find peace anywhere. The animals in their sheds and the beasts in the forest rushed about here and there in fright as if they were beaten and driven out, passing urine and dung. The cows were also frightened, dropping blood instead of the milk from their udders. Due to fright, they started dropping tears from their eyes. The horrible clouds started dropping the rain of pus. The images of the gods, desirous of flying, started crying. The trees began uprooting. Without the wind, the planets started fighting in the sky. O Narada, many calamities started falling at that time, which were taken by the ignorant people as the destruction at the time of dissolution. Thereafter Prajapati Kashyapa thought over the matter and gave the enormously strong demon the name of Taraka, the immensely strong warrior, displaying his strength and prowess like the solid mountain of stone kept on growing. Thereafter, possessing enormous strength and prowess, Taraka begged of his mother permission to perform penance. Thereafter, confusing even the illusory people, Taraka, possessing enormous illusion, getting permission from his mother, started performing penance for the conquering of all the gods. Taraka, who had been obedient to his preceptor, reached Madhubana and addressing Brahma, he started severe tapas. Standing on one foot, raising up his hand, fixing his gaze at the sun, with a concentrated mind, he performed penance for 100 years. Thereafter, for 100 years, the lord of the demons, known as Taraka, performed the penance resting on a single big toe. Then, for 100 years, he performed the penance, consuming the water, and for a further 100 years, he lived without water even. For another 100 years, he lived on inhaling the air alone. For another 100 years, he spent time standing in the water, while for an other 100 years, he performed tapas standing on the ground. Then he spent 100 years standing in the fire flames. For 100 years he performed tapas, lowering his head, and for another 100 years he stood on palm of the hand. O Narada, for 100 he held the branch of a tree with his foot, hanging himself upside down and inhaling the smoke of yajna by the mouth. By his own sweet will, the lord of the demons, for the fulfillment of his desire, performed hard tapas, which was painful even to the listeners. Thus, performing the tapas, a huge mass of light emerged out of his head and spread all round, causing great havoc. With the said mass of light, the entire heaven started burning to ashes. O Narada, all the gods and the sages around felt miserable. Indra, the lord of the gods, was much more frightened with the same. He thought, the one who is performing penance today would surely usurp my kingdom. This master mind shall in a moment destroy the entire cosmos. All those who thought similarly could not decide about the future course of action. All the gods and the sages consulted among themselves, and getting immensely agitated, they came to me with their plight. They bowed to me, eulogizing me with folded hands in reverence, and explained everything to me, being distressed in their minds. With my thinking deeply over their plight, I reached at a definite conclusion on the subject. I visited the place where the demon was performing penance with the intention of granting him a boon. O Narada, I asked him, you ask for a boon. You have performed a hard penance. Therefore, you can be granted everything. Thus, listening to my words, Tarakasura offered his salutation to me, and offering prayer to me, asked for a very harsh boon. Tarakasura said, O Brahma, you are the granter of the boon. When you are pleased with me, ready to grant a boon, then there is nothing that cannot be achieved by me. Therefore, I ask for a boon from you. O Lord of the gods, in case you are really pleased with me and intend to grant me a boon, then you kindly give me two boons. O Lord in the universe created by you, there should be no one comparable to my strength and power. When Kartikeya, born out of the semen of Shiva, shoots the arrows at me, only then I should meet my death. O Narada, the said Daitya thus spoke to me, granting him his desired boon. I returned to my abode quickly. The demon, also getting the favorable boons, delightfully went to Shonitapura. At my command, Shukracharya, the preceptor of the Daityas, established him as the lord of the three worlds. Then the great Daitya became the lord of the three worlds and started ruling them, causing pain to all the mobile and immobile living beings. Then Tarakasura started ruling the three worlds appropriately. He sustained the people, causing misery to the gods. Then Tarakasura accepted the gems given to him by the panicky Indra and Lokapalas, getting frightened from him, which were themselves offered by them. Getting frightened, Indra handed over the elephant Airavata to the demon lord, while Kubera handed over all the treasures. Varuna gave away the white horses. The ascetics gave away the auspicious cow Kamadhenu. Frightened from the Daitya, Indra also gave away the Uchchaishrava horse to him. Whatever a precious article was found by Taraka, he seized it at once. In this way, all the three worlds were deprived of the valuables and previous things. O sage, the ocean gave away the precious gems out of fear. In his kingdom, the earth produced the crops without tilling. The desires of all the people were fulfilled. The sun caused that much of the herd which did not harm anyone. The moon always appeared with luster, and the wind always blew favorably. The wicked demon had usurped the entire riches of the gods as well as the men's. Exercising his control over all the lokas, he himself became Indra. He then became the undisputed lord and ruled the universe with complete self control. All the gods were removed from the important positions, and in their places the demons were established. O Narada, then the gods, finding themselves in miserable condition, arrived to take refuge with me. Iti Sri Shiva Mahapurane Dvitiyayang Rudra Samhitayang Tritiye Parvati Khande Tarakasuroporajya Varnanang Nama Panchadashodhyayah. Chapter 16. Brahma assures gods frightened by Taraka. Brahma said, thereafter the gods, having been tortured by the Tarakasura, went to Brahma and started eulogizing him with devotion. I, on my part, listening to the realistic prayer of the gods, spoke to them delightfully. All of you are most welcome. Are you performing your duty without any obstruction? You better speak out the purpose of your visit. Thus, listening to my words, the gods, having been frightened by Taraka, bowed their heads in reverence to me and spoke. The god said, O Brahma, Tarakasura has become proud. After achieving the boons from you, he has forcibly removed us from our position and has usurped them for himself. Are you not aware of it? You kindly remove the miseries faced by us urgently. We take refuge in you. He troubles us throughout the day and night wherever we live. Wherever we rush for rescue, we find Taraka there. O Lord of the universe, the trouble we had to face from Taraka has made our position quite miserable and we are upset. All the gods, including Agni, Yama, Varuna, Vayu, besides the lords of all the directions, have been overpowered by him. Kuber, together with all his attendants, is serving the great Daitya. They, the gods, are not at all free. In this way, torturing the gods, he has overpowered them. All are in service with him, dancing to his tune. All the beautiful damsels and the apsaras have been abducted by the powerful Taraka. Presently, neither the yajnas are being performed nor are the ascetics performing the tapas. No charitable or virtuous activities are being performed in the universe. Krauncha, Danava, his army commander, is extremely sinful. He has now gone to the nether worlds and is harassing the people there. O Brahma, the merciless Tarakasura has forcibly usurped the three worlds from us. O Lord of the universe, we have been turned out of the heaven by Tarakasura. Now we shall go to the place which you may propose. You are our guide, ruler, sustainer, as well as the protector. Burning from the fire of Taraka's anger, we have been upset. The harsh steps taken by us against him have been made infructuous by him, as the medicinal herbs of high potency are rendered ineffective in serious ailments. We had hoped for victory from the Sudarshana chakra of Vishnu, which touching his neck was turned into a flower, becoming useless. Brahma said, O Narada, Listening to these words of the gods, I spoke to them, the words which suited the occasion. Taraka has become powerful because of my words. Therefore, it would not be proper for me to kill him. The one who had been instrumental in making him so powerful, it would not be proper for him to kill Taraka, because even the poisonous tree planted by a person cannot be cut and felled by the same person. Shiva is the most suitable person to accomplish your task. But even he will not be able to do anything remedial in this case without inspiration. Tarakasura would himself be destroyed because of his own sins. The way it would be done shall be spoken by me. Tarakasura is invincible because of my boon from myself, Vishnu, or even Shiva. No other god can also kill him. O gods, only a son born of the semen of Shiva can kill Taraka and none else. O gods, you follow the remedy being suggested by me. This task would be established shortly by the grace of Shiva. Sati, the daughter of Daksha Prajapati, after putting an end to her body, has been reborn from the womb of Mena. This fact is well known to you all. Shiva is surely going to marry her. O gods, all of you should make efforts in that direction. You do something to ensure the discharge of the semen of Shiva into Parvati, the daughter of Menaka. Because Shiva is a great yogi who makes his semen to flow upwards, there is no other woman in the world except Parvati who can make him discharge the semen downwards out of the body. No other woman can do so. The daughter of Girija is quite youthful presently and is engaged in the service of Shiva. The said Shiva or Kali, at the command of her father, is forcibly engaged in the service of Shiva with two of her maids who is performing penance. Shiva, in spite of Parvati, the beauty of the three worlds serving him, is engaged in penance and his mind is not at all shaken even for a moment. You should all make efforts by which Shiva should be able to accept her as his wife. You should do so quite quickly. On the other hand, I shall go to the place of Taraka and stop him forcibly from following the evil path. O gods, you can now go back to your respective places. Thus speaking to the gods, I at once went to Tarakasura and lovingly spoke to him. Brahma said, you are ruling over the heaven, which is the abode of all the luster. Now you are becoming desirous of much more than what you had sought for from me at the time of penance. I never granted you the boon to become the lord of the heaven. Therefore, you, giving up the heaven, should concentrate on earth. O Lord of the Daityas, all the performance in the heaven is suited to the gods. There is no doubt about it. I, being the Lord of all, advising the demon, devoted my mind at Shiva, and Shiva disappeared. As a result of this, Tarakasura, on the other hand, leaving the heaven, then started living in the city of Shonitpura, on earth ruling his kingdom. Listening to my words, all the gods, bowing in reverence to me, accompanied with Indra, lovingly went to the heaven. Reaching there and consulting each other, the gods in a body lovingly spoke to Indra. The gods said, O Lord, you should do something to carry out the suggestions of Brahma and see that Shiva is attracted towards Shiva. Brahma said, after explaining everything to the Lord, all the gods returned to their respective abodes quite delightfully. Iti Shri Shiva Mahapurane Dvitiyayang Rudra Samhitayang Tritiye Parvati Khande Deva Santwana Varnanang Nama Shodashadhyayah. Chapter 17. Discussion between Indra and Kamadeva. After the gods left the place of Indra, he who had been terrorized by Tarakasura remembered Kamadeva. At once the god of love, beloved of Rati, conqueror of the three worlds, filled with arrogance, reached there with Rati. O Narada, he stood before Indra, offering his salutation to him, and enthusiastically spoke to him. Kamadeva said, "What is the task you intend to get performed by me? What for have you remembered me? You tell me correctly. I have arrived here to perform the same." Brahma said, "Indra, the god of gods, listening to the words of Kamadeva, praising him lovingly, said to him, 'You have done well.' Indra said, 'O Kama, you are indeed blessed, because you are ready to perform the job which is on hand with me. Therefore, you are graceful. You listen to my words, which I am going to speak out to you. My job is equally your job as well. I have many great friends, but none of them is comparable with you. There are two ways of my victory, viz., yourself and my Vajra. The Vajra has become useless, but you can never become useless. Who can be dearer than the person from whom one derives benefit? Therefore, being my great friend, you must accomplish my task. Due to the move of the times, an enormous misery has been fallen on me, which cannot be removed by anyone except you. A donor can be tested at the time of famine. The warrior's test is the battlefield. The test of a friend is at the time of adversity, and the test of the woman is at the time of poverty or the financial crisis. Truth and humility can be tested at the time of calamity. A real friend can be tested at the time of distress and also is based on what he does in the absence. This is not otherwise. It is the truth. O friend, your friendship is going to be put to test since in adversity has been fallen on me, which cannot be removed by anyone else. This task is not for the sake of my pleasure, but it would undoubtedly be the task of all the gods. Brahma said, on listening to the words of Indra. Kamadeva smiled and lovingly spoke. Kamadeva said, "Why do you speak like this? I give you no reply. The fake as well as real benefactors can be well understood. One has not to speak anything here. One who speaks much at the time of misery, what can he do in reality, O Master? Still, I am going to speak out something, which you please listen. The one who is performing severe tapas to pull your leg irrespective of his being friend or a foe, I am sure to destroy his penance. With the side glance of the best of damsels, I shall destroy the same in a moment. Whether he is a god, a rishi, or a daitya, the humans are of no consequence for me. With a friend like me, with you, Vajra and other weapons are of no use for you. I can undoubtedly make Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva to go astray, and others are of no consequence. The five flowery sweet arrows are of mine. My bow is of three types, and its string is covered with the black wasps. The army of damsels and the spring season, my friend, are the five great forces of mine, while the moon is my friend. The love sentiment is the chief of my forces. The gestures and emotions are my soldiers. All of them are soft and gentle, O Indra. I am also of the same sort. Whosoever is useful for a particular purpose, he should be entrusted with the same job. You should therefore entrust me with the job which is suitable for me. Brahma said, on hearing the words of Kamadeva, Indra was immensely pleased, and he, bowing in reverence to Kamadeva, who delights the damsel, said to him. Indra said, O dear Kamadeva, you are surely competent to carry out the task which is engaging my mind. It is beyond the capacity of anyone else to do so. O Kamadeva, my friend, I am speaking to you truthfully, the reason for which I intended to meet you. A great demon named Taraka, after getting the boons from Brahma, has become invincible and is troubling one and all. He had distressed and the living beings. He had distressed all the living beings. The gods and the rishis are feeling painful because of him. All the gods have fought with him according to the capacity of each one of them. The weapons of all of them have proved useless on him. The noose of Varuna broke while fighting with him. The Sudarshana Chakra, when used by Vishnu on him over his neck, was blunted. According to Brahma, the death of the wicked Taraka has been destined by the child born out of the semen of Shiva. This task has to be well done by you, and only then you would be known as my best friend. By performing this task of mine by you, I myself, as well as the gods, would become pleased and comfortable. I think this task is beneficial to all. Therefore, keeping the dharma of a friend in your mind, carry out this job. Shiva is presently engaged in performing tapas over the Himalaya mountain. He is free, Parameshwara, and has no desires for anything. I have come to know that Parvati, with the permission of her father, along with her two maids, is serving Shiva. O Kamadeva, you therefore move in such a way that Shiva develops a desire in him to get Parvati as his wife. You act quickly. You would by so doing become successful in your life, and you will be free from all the miseries. You will surely gain everlasting glory in the world. Brahma said. At these words of Indra, the delighted Kamadeva assured Indra that he would surely do the job. Thus speaking to him, and having been overpowered by the illusion of Shiva, Kamadeva said, I shall obey your command. Thereafter, accompanied with his wife and Vasanta spring season, Kamadeva reached the place where the Yogeshwara Shiva was engaged in the great penance. इति श्री शिव महापुराणे द्वितीयायां रुद्र संहितायां तृतीये पार्वती खंडे शक्रकाम संवाद वर्णनं नाम सप्तदशोऽध्यायः।